So we are here with the next part of why some men don't fear being rejected by women. So with this point, we're talking about guys just assuming it's going to be really difficult and how it's actually very easy. So let's see what he has to say, because it genuinely is easy.
Helping guys for many years now, back since 2005. And most guys who are struggling to get laid or get a girlfriend, or who struggle with the fear of rejection, think that it's extremely difficult and that women are extremely picky in all cases. Right? And the thing is, these days there's a thing called dating apps that you know about, right? Yes, women on dating apps are picky because most users on dating apps are men. But when it's a one-on-one conversation between a man and a woman, it's him and her, right? Or if he's talking to her and there are a few people in the group, it's him, her, and a few people in the group, right? It's not him and her and tens of thousands of guys who are trying to match with her on a dating app, and she's just swiping through saying, nah, not interested. Oh, this guy seems handsome, he seems like he's got a good life and so forth, yeah. Then she matches with him. It's not like that. It's you and her talking in person, and if you know how to make her feel attracted when you're talking to her, she's feeling attracted to you, right? She's in front of you, feeling attraction inside of her, starting to connect with you, starting to really like you, starting to feel turned on by you, wanting something to happen, and then you move it forward and you get a result. Of course, there's a problem with that as well, and that is a lot of guys who have the fear of rejection don't actually know how to attract women when they're talking to them. So if a guy doesn't learn how to do that and he has the fear of rejection, then what happens is that if he does get a random opportunity, which is the fifth reason here, he gets random opportunities.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as to why that fear exists, but it's like I said, it's easy because women are doing the heavy lifting.
Isn't prepared and messes it up, which then reinforces his fear.
So men, you need to be prepared, right? Like we've already talked about how on a first date, the woman is going to be talking 80% of the time. It's going to be 80% about her. That's just how it is, right? Like, and maybe she's not talking 80% of the time, but it's 80% going to be about her. So, your preparation, your confidence should be, we're going to go on a date. She wants to go on a date with me. Before you even ask her out, she wants to go on a date with me. And it's going to go well. That's why she wants to go on a date with me, because it will go well. Because I'm not going to do something stupid. I'm going to allow the date to flow naturally, as dates naturally do, where it's mostly about her and her interests, right? So you know the date's going to go well. It should. Most dates do. So that you need to be prepared for what that is going to be like. You need to be prepared for it going well. So then you're not like perplexed and visibly showing a lack of preparation, showing surprise when it does go well, because you know it's going to go well. Now that's complicated, right? So it goes well. A date goes well. Now what does that mean? How do you proceed forward? A date going well means she's going to want to go out with you again. So you have to prepare. And you should have this like somewhat prepared, not like specific to each scenario, but like at least a baseline of like an overview in your mind of what's going to happen. Of all right, we're going to go on a first date. It's going to go super well. She's going to want to go on another date with me. She's going to want to hook up with me immediately. Like she's going to want me inside of her, to be blunt, like on the first date. Not saying that's going to happen. Don't expect that to happen, but like don't expect to like be inside of her on the first date. Sorry to be crude, but expect that she's going to want that on the first date, because like I said, you know the date is going to go well, because it's very hard for it not to go well. You have to be messing up tremendously for it not to go well. Like you have to be genuinely putting forth a ton of weakness for it to go well. Like we talked about, you would have to, if you're trying to like flaunt some random, if you're trying to impress her, it's not going to go well. If you're trying to like be like cool shit, it's not going to go well. Be yourself.
Right, so if he doesn't know how to attract women, right, he's not ready, he's not prepared for the next conversation he has with a woman to actually make her feel attracted. He doesn't know how to do it. He gets the opportunity and he's just nice, or he's just neutral and talking to her in a neutral platonic sort of way, or in a neutral friendly sort of way. That's all he does. And he doesn't get the result. The woman doesn't seem like she's turned on by him. She doesn't seem like she's sexually attracted to him. She doesn't try to flirt with him and make something happen. And he walks away thinking, well, women just don't want me. You know, I mustn't be good looking enough or something. But he then sees other guys who have a girlfriend. And he thinks, well, he's not that good looking. And in fact, many of the guys who experience that think, well, I look better than him. You know, I've probably got a better job than him. I'm smarter than him. I'd treat her better than he would. What's she doing with him? Well, he was able to make her feel attracted and move things forward.
Yeah, so that guy who has that relationship, he's a nicer guy than you. He is a better guy than you. Outright. He's fundamentally better because he actually cared to become attractive to that woman, to attract her. He cares about what her and women in general find attractive, which is very basic, like confidence, charisma. So he cared to develop those things. He cared to be attractive, which has nothing to do with looks. Well, not nothing, but it has almost nothing to do with looks or like wealth or status.
Because the reality is that it's not difficult to do that. Right? It's something very simple that humans can do, where if a man knows how to attract women, it's simple. Right? He just talks to her, makes her feel attracted, connects with her and moves it forward. But if a man doesn't know that, then it's a huge, complicated mess. Right? He talks to women and he tries to keep the conversation going, but then he runs out of things to say and the conversation just goes flat. Right? He says, oh, so what do you do? And yeah, she says what she does, and he says, oh, great. And then he's like, yeah, so... And he doesn't know what to say, he doesn't know what to do to make her feel attracted. He doesn't understand that as a man, in almost all cases, if you want a woman, you actually have to create feelings of attraction inside of her so she feels a spark for you. Sometimes it happens by pure luck, and that's called getting lucky. But if you're a single guy watching this...
Yeah, it does happen by luck. Like I've made previous videos of like strange turn-ons for women, and sometimes it's just gonna like fall into your lap. Sometimes you are just going to be like where people are, and just something very funny is gonna happen, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 you're in this like insanely positive social interaction with the woman. That's gonna happen for sure. But most times, you're probably going to be like pursuing the woman, and you're probably going to be, if you care to have a dating life at all, you're going to be doing things that make you attractive to that woman. You're going to be presenting confidence and charisma and lightheartedness, fun. It's actually very easy.
Then you would know that you would rarely, if ever, get lucky with the kinds of girls you really want. Right? That girl walking by, or that girl that you saw at a party, or the girl that you got introduced to that was super cute, super pretty, and you really wanted her, but you had no idea how to make her feel attracted. You had no idea. And the opportunity slipped through your fingers. Then, if you've experienced what most guys have, you get quote-unquote lucky with a girl that isn't that attractive to you. You don't really want to be with her, but you started talking to her and she liked you right away without you having to do anything. And you may have gotten into a relationship with her, and you may have been in the relationship thinking, well, I'm not really attracted to her, and you don't really feel proud of her as your girlfriend.
They call that a practice girlfriend, and I mean, I think it's got a ton of merit. I think it's a good option, because you're going to develop so much skills as to like how to be a boyfriend, how to attract a woman. It's going to benefit you tremendously to do such a thing. Although it's like questionably moral, the benefits are enormous. No question about it. See you in the next part.